like this, okay? Oh my gosh. Okay, like this. Sorry, my drawing not very nice, okay? So how do I recognize where is what? Remember, xylem starts with a letter X. Right? So because it starts with a letter X, what happens? It is found here. You see there's a corner? You see there's a corner? Okay, so this is from X. Then how about my P? Okay, it's here. Okay, so this is your P. So that's the reason why it looks like an ice cream cone, because the curved part is where the P is, so that part is phloem actually. So that's the reason why we said before they are found next to each other, because over here, this is the phloem, then over here, on the other side, let me find another color, okay? Here is your xylem. Okay? Any questions so far? Yeah? No? Can we indicate that so that in case the paper asks you to name and label, you know where exactly to name and label? Alright, so there's a very commonly asked question. What happens if I remove the outer layer of the stem? What am I removing? I am always removing the phloem. Never ever will I remove the xylem unless I chop down the whole entire tree. Then yes, I remove the xylem. Okay, but most of the time if I do a small little, I cut around it, I remove the outer layer of it, of the stem. That means this whole layer over here, I remove it. I cut open, I peel it off. I will cut the supply of the food made through photosynthesis for the plants. So if they were to ask you how come the plant eventually die, because there is lack of food supply to the plant. Then what happens if lack of food supply to the plant? Who will die first? The roots will die, okay? So actually all parts of the plant will start to die lah. The most important part is the roots. The roots die, no water supply to the plant will also die. Okay, so basically by right, if let's say the flower, okay, doesn't have food, actually can survive for quite a while though. As long as you drink water, same as us. Okay, we can survive the most days without food. But the minute there's no oxygen, we die first, right? By 6 minutes or 3 minutes, our brain is dead already, if there's no oxygen. Okay, if there's no water, we'll most probably die in 5 days' time. Okay, but if there's no food, we can still survive for 1 or 2 weeks though. Right, so same as plants. The minute you remove their food supply, they can still survive. Okay, just that they have to drink water and get mineral salt from the soil lah. It's fine. Okay, but the thing is, gradually, whenever you do not give them the actual food itself, every day just ask the plant to drink water, drink water, drink water. Ultimately, the roots will die. Then you will cut the supply of water, and ultimately because of that, the whole plant dies. Okay? Do you know the the huge, so-called do you call it fern tree or whatever? The Christmas tree basically. They look pretty healthy, right? Do you know they are dead already? Yes, you go close to the plant, you go and take a look, they are brown already. Majority of the parts of the plant are brown already, and you can see the tree, the bark is no longer as dark brown as it should be. It's a bit like golden light brown kind of thing, and you realize that they are not as firm anymore. The things are peeling off, just like you guys if you don't have enough water, you don't drink enough water, what happens to your skin? It starts to get dry and peel, right? Same as our plants over here. Okay, they are dead already. The roots are dead. They are just holding on because the soil is holding on to the dead roots. That's it. Okay? Any question for me? Okay, so without further ado, let me quickly just look at this. So if we are looking at xylem, okay, let's look at xylem first. Okay, let's look at xylem. So, first of all, water and dissolved mineral salts are taken in by the roots. Then it will travel upwards through the xylem, and ultimately what happens? It starts to give the water and mineral salts to all parts of the plant, such as leaf, stem, flowers, fruits, all parts of the plant. Okay? The red one are the one focusing on the phloem. Okay? So for phloem, what happens? It doesn't start from the roots, guys. You realize it starts from where? It starts from the leaves. Okay, take note of that. For xylem, it starts from the roots. Okay? For phloem, it starts from the leaves. Okay, so what happens at the leaves? Photosynthesis happens and plants make food in the presence of chlorophyll and sunlight. Okay, that's where we get sugar. This sugar here, to be specific, is your glucose. Okay, made into sucrose for the plants to consume. So sugar is there, made by photosynthesis. Why can't you see my highlight? Oh, okay. Then after that, the sugar, some of it will move down, some of them will move up. Okay, some move down, some move up to the rest of the plant through phloem, move down to the roots through phloem. Okay, up and down. Right? For xylem, a bit poor thing, it's always going up because it's from the roots. Am I clear on this? Yes or no? Okay, must remember whatever we're studying now is just very surface value. Okay, and don't expect all this to be just like that for bio in upper sec. Don't expect that to happen. Okay? Right? Okay, in upper sec, actually this is taken out of syllabus. In the past, we actually taught this more extensively to our Sec 2 students. Or should I say Sec 1 students, I beg your pardon. So we studied things like, what is xylem? Actually, xylem is a specialized cell, just like our red blood cell. Why is it called specialized cells? Because they have a very specific function. They are being created by God for a very specific function. Unlike all other cells that has nucleus, that has all the vacuoles and stuff like that, you realize red blood cell doesn't have. Because it has a very specialized function, which is to transport oxygen to all parts of the body. Same as xylem. Xylem also have a very specific role. What is the specific role? Just to transport water. So you realize the xylem is very unique because it's a tube. And it has it's hollow in between. No cells are like that. Okay? You understand? Right? Root hair cells are also very specialized. Why? Because it has an additional tail that's stuck out from nowhere. What's the purpose? It's to make sure it's big enough, long enough to take in as much water as they can in the roots. So all these are specialized cells. Okay. So you can see over here, which is the better version of it, okay? You see, it looks like an ice cream cone. It looks like a teardrop ice cream cone, okay? So this is a little bit extra. Don't care about these additional words. We don't care, okay? So phloem are found on the outer side of the circle, like this. This is the outer side. This is your phloem. Where is your xylem? Xylem is in there, okay, on the inner side. That's why it's a cross. Okay, can? So for root hair cell, you'll realize that root hair cell has its own vascular bundle as well. It's a little bit different, okay? But again, it's not in our syllabus. I've just to let you know that the structure is slightly different. So phloem for root hair cell, you realize it has its own teardrop, okay? Then xylem is just a cross, okay? Then we have leaf. You see the way the leaf is constructed? Where's the xylem? The xylem are found on the top surface. Okay, phloem is on the bottom surface. Got it? Can? This is just FYI, okay? FYI.
So it will come out during EOY?
It won't come out during EOY, it's just FYI. FYI, okay? Because if I were to follow the actual syllabus, most probably by now we already finished everything. Okay? Then I have nothing to teach anymore. Okay, so I extended a little bit just to let you know that there are such structures out there. Okay, because in bio it's split to human and plants. You will learn about humans, you will learn about plants in upper sec bio. So there's a need to know all this. And we cannot dissect animals, you know, right? It's against animal rights. We cannot dissect cockroaches, all these things, because it's against animal rights. Okay? Yeah, last time we used to dissect frogs. Okay? We used to study the goat's eye. So most of the time, you know where we get the goat's eye from? We get it from Tekka Market. You know where's Tekka Market? You know where's Tekka Market? Little India, Farrer Park there. Tekka Market. Yeah, over there sells a lot of goat. So we want the eyeball. Yeah. But now we don't do that anymore. So that's the reason why last time when we create haunted houses, it's very easy for us to get eyeballs. Because we get it from Tekka Market. My tag is inside my bag actually. Then you find it. You see that? There the ziplock. So the only thing that we can dissect now is plants. Okay, it's plants. Okay, let's do this. Can you guys try? Have you done this yet? Yes. Okay, eat your snack now. How many of you haven't done this yet? By right should do because Mr. give us homework, right? Okay, I give you 1 minute to open up your snack. Then we will go through, okay? Yeah. Ken, still have one more. There you go. Thank you. Okay, done opening your snack. Hey, you eat with your mouth and not talking, no. You want to talk, then we continue already. Yeah, dear. When she discovered she got COVID. Oh no. Last Friday I was talking to her. Gosh. Wow, cool. Okay, ready? Are you guys eating happily now? Okay, then give me the answers. Okay, first one, xylem. What and that dissolve? Water, okay? Water and dissolve mineral salts. I will upload this, okay? Oh, really? Mr. Upload all the answers?
Yeah.
Then what's the point of me going to?
No, she just uploaded.
Oh, right. Okay. So, like I said just now, when I was going through the ABC, the 1, 2, 3, sorry, 1A, 1B, 1C, 2B, 2A, 1B, or whatever you call that. Okay? So, for xylem, it's always going up. Okay? Take note of that. Phloem is the one going up and down. Okay? Up and down. Down to where? Down to the roots. Up to the other parts of the plant. Okay? Other parts or plant, okay?
Can I say all parts of the plant?
Okay. All parts of the plant also. But I'm trying to say all other parts better lah. You know why? Other is to remove the idea of roots. The roots shouldn't be there. Because roots is going down, you see. Okay. From the what? Where food is made? From the leaves. Do I spell plural?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So what is the function involved in the transport of what?
Oh, water.
Water. What else?
Dissolve minerals.
Oh, so long. Water, dissolved Mineral salt. Oh no, I got no space.
This one, do you like my wet wipe?
Say no.
No.
This one is so cute.
Yeah, it's pretty cute though.
Right?
From the what to the what, dear?
Roots to the all parts of the plant.
Roots to all parts, all other parts.
Of the plant.
Try to write the word all other. Okay, because if you say all parts, it involves the roots again, okay, which is not true. Okay, next, involved in the transport of
Sucrose and amino.
sucrose, okay, sucrose and amino. What is amino acids, guys?
Acids.
It's the end product of protein. Okay, it's the end product of protein. End product means it's the smallest protein structure that you can find. Okay, where the body can be absorbed. As in, body can absorb amino acids. That's the reason why when you eat too much meat, you get gout. Remember we talked about gout the last time? Yeah, it's amino acids.
Smallest what?
It's the end product of protein digestion. So if you digest protein, you get amino acids. Okay, from the what to the what? From the
Leaves.
leaves
Other parts of the plant.
to all other parts of the plant.
I think rest of plant is okay, but you must say like parts. I guess. I don't know. Must be part.
All other rest, all the rest of the plants. I
Like-
prefer all other though. Because I want to isolate
Yeah.
roots, I want to isolate leaves. Okay. Xylem also has its function is to provide mechanical support. You know what's the meaning of mechanical support? It's like if your leg is broken, what is your mechanical support? Your crutches. Okay, so it's to help you to stand upright. So xylem, okay, is the one that helps the plant to stand upright. Okay? That's the reason why okay, never mind. It's okay. So weird. Never mind. Okay, now move on. How does carbon dioxide necessary for photosynthesis enter the plant? So how does CO2 enter the plants? Okay, so how does it enter the plants? So on where? Where? Yeah, but where? Where? There's a net movement of carbon dioxide. You see, we are bringing in diffusion all over again, okay? This is diffusion. Take note, it's important. We have seen this before in our diffusion osmosis notes already. We are seeing again, okay? So, a net movement of CO2, carbon dioxide. I will prefer that you write in the word particles or molecules. I think you write molecules better. Hello, ladies. Must write the word molecules or particles. Why? Because we are looking at particles movement. Okay? Particles movement. From higher concentration in the air. Oh my god. Air. Atmosphere. Yeah, precisely. Let me Google. Difference between air and atmosphere. Air and atmosphere. What's the difference? Yes. Why everybody want to go toilet? Go, go, go. Yeah. Right. You see, guys, if you search AI, hello. Atmosphere is the entire blanket of gas surrounding the earth. Oh my god, I dreamt of this scene before. Did I say about this before? No. That means I dreamt of it before. Oh my gosh. Okay. Whereas air, no, G2, I think she went slower. Air is the specific breathable mixture of gas within Earth's atmosphere. Okay? One is the whole entire thing that's surrounding the Earth, which includes your hydrogen gas and whatnot that's high up in the air. That whole chunk are your atmosphere. If you go beyond that, that will be outer space already. Okay? But over here, we are not interested in the all other gases that are high up there, up higher than clouds. We are not interested in those. So we are only interested in the air around us. Of course, if you write atmosphere, so be it. We still give you the marks, but try to write air can. Okay. Into the where? Leaves. Okay. Via the stomata where it is of a lower concentration by diffusion. Oxygen
Diffuses out.
diffuses out of the leaf as it is of a higher concentration in the leaves. I would prefer you write down oxygen molecule. Okay, help me include the word molecule, thank you. Again, like I said, we are talking about particles, okay? It's important to be specific. Okay? Any question? Can I move on?
Yes.
Yes, thank you. Okay, how does water enter? Just now we talked about xylem, right? So water is by xylem. Okay, so most plants can grow on land and get water from the soil. Okay? The root hair cell has a lower what? Yep, thank you. Then the soil. So water molecules can move into the soil, move into the root hair cell via osmosis. So you realize over here we didn't talk about higher water potential, lower water potential. We just say it has lower. Then we mentioned about the position, the location. Remember Mr. emphasized last lesson that in diffusion osmosis, the criteria, the most important things to write is the location. Where? Not so important to tell me who is higher, who is lower. You just have to mention one side can already. So like this one over here, they mention only one side, but they tell us where. You see, where is important. Question? No? This is your root hair cell. Root hair cell is also a specialized cell. You realize a typical cell won't look like this. Okay? A typical cell will not have this additional protrusion, they say. Okay? Why is there a need for this protrusion? Because a root hair cell only have one very specific role, which is to take in water from the soil. Okay? And because it needs to take in water, it needs to have the additional extension so that it can take in more water. How? So that it has a larger vacuoles. You see that? It has a much larger vacuoles. It's not just here, no. The vacuoles extend all the way till there. So that they can help to store water as well. Okay? So this is your root hair cell. So what happens? Mineral salts enter the what? Yes, root hair cell. What is it by? What kind of processes is this? Mineral salts.
Diffusion.
Yes, thank you. Because it's not water, so it's diffusion. When the concentration of the mineral salts is lower lah. Okay? Because you wanted it to enter, you see, enter. Enter means what? Soil to roots. So when you want to enter like this, then obviously over here must be high concentration. Higher concentration, the root must have lower concentration, okay? So this is what I would normally do. Okay, high to low, high to low. Okay, next, cell set. Where is cell set found, guys? Where is cell set found? Cell what? Nonsense ah. You mean cell set is only found in the root hair cells? Where is cell set found? Huh? Plant cell? Which part of plant cell lah? Leaf only, huh? So only leaf have cell set. Roots don't have cell set. Then what are we talking about over here? Vacuoles, guys. Cell sets are found in vacuoles. Okay? That's why it's big. Cell set is actually your juice. To put in layman term, when you drink orange juice, what are you getting out of it? The liquid, right? Where is this liquid from? Vacuoles. Okay? It's from the vacuoles. That's the reason why when you eat your salad, it feels crunchy, it feels juicy. It's because of cell set. Right? When you eat your fruits, it is juicy because of cell set. Right? So funny, ah. Okay, next. So, in the cell set, what happens? Cell sap is actually a concentrated solution of sugar. That's the reason why even by eating vegetables sometimes it tastes a little bit sweet. Okay, of course not compared to the fruits. The fruit is sweeter, right? But it does taste sweet because that's where the sugar and mineral salts are. Okay, what is mineral salts? It's like your potassium, your calcium and stuff like that. That's the reason why when you eat bananas, you have potassium. It's from there. Yeah, it is. It's considered a mineral. Yeah. Science is like that. Bio and chem, they call the same thing differently. Okay, can? So when you are low in sugar, you feel a bit hungry. Some people just eat apples. Possible. They eat bananas. Also can. Because it contains sugar which is needful for our cells. Human cells are to grow as well. Same goes for plants. Okay? So in the cell sap, it has a lower water potential. So it enters in. Okay? So I repeat again guys. Shh. So the water from outside, the mineral salts from outside enters into the cell by diffusion. Why? Because inside the root hair cell, what happens? The concentration of mineral salts are rather low. Okay? Then after that, what happens? It will move from a higher concentrated region, which is in the soil, to the lower concentrated region, which is in the vacuoles. Inside the plant, inside the root hair cell. Okay? And finally, the net movement of water molecules into the root hair cell is by osmosis. Okay? Because we are talking about water molecules already over here. What happened here? Water bottle. Okay? Take note of that. Got it? Okay, move on. So how does the water molecule move from root hair cell into the xylem vessel? Okay? So what happened is, now when I take in water from the soil, the root hair cell will definitely have a higher water potential than all other cells in the plant. Guys, this is important. When you study this part of the chapter, you have to study together with diffusion osmosis. Okay, because if you don't, you study them in isolation. If we were to code this again, you will not have any recollection of diffusion osmosis anymore. Okay, it's not just simply say, oh, higher water potential to lower water potential. It's not just that. You have to explain in terms of cell to cell. Okay, so it's important. So if this is my root hair cell, this protrusion over here, I'm saying that if I were to compare this position as compared to this cell over here, okay, I'm saying that this has a higher WP. And in the cell next to the root hair cell, it has a lower WP. So because of that, it moves from the root hair cell to the neighboring cell. So there's a net movement of water molecules by what?
Osmosis.
Enters the xylem and move up the plant. So it has to move from cell to cell, cell to cell, cell to cell until it reaches the green zone, which is your xylem. Okay? All these are still your root. The brown color region is your root. Your tiny little protrusion is your root hair. Okay, it's different now. Root and root hair is different. Root hair is the tiny one. Okay, it's like your baby hair. Your main hair is the thick one. Okay, so the brown region is your fat roots. Okay, your roots itself. Okay, then the green zone is your xylem. This whole chunk here is your root. Right? So you move from cell to cell, cell to cell, cell to cell, cell to cell, until it reaches xylem, it shoots up. Okay? Any question? No, Every time I say no, I don't know really is it true or not true. Okay. Next, we talk about mineral salt. Same thing, we are still focusing on xylem. So when the concentration of mineral salts is higher outside the cell, what happens? The net movement of minerals by what? The roots. By what? By diffusion into, yes. Active transport is not exactly in your syllabus, but I'm just telling you what happens if I forget to fertilize my plants. I didn't give it enough mineral salts. What happened? So now the surrounding soil around the roots are low in mineral salts. What happens? The direction of movement, it is still into the roots. Okay, you always remember, everything is always into. So it's the same thing as this, okay? For example, I'm supposed to give money to my mother. Okay, if I have more money than my mother, of course I give to my mother, right? Because my mother is not working. But what happens if if I lost my job and my mother is richer than me, I still have to give her allowance. It's like that. Okay, yes. So this is exactly what it means. No matter what, rain or shine, you give allowance to your parents in the future. Same thing. I don't care whether you lose a job, or you are not working, or you are working, you are a millionaire or billionaire, you still give allowance to your parents. That's it. Okay? It's just the processes is different. This is by diffusion. This is by active transport, which is not in your syllabus. Okay? Not in syllabus. You will study this in upper sec. Okay, they took it out. Last time we have to study though. Okay. So active transport is a very tiring job. It's like asking you to give money to your parents when you're not working. You are already saving every single penny that you have for survival, but yet you still have to give your parents like a few $100s. Okay? So it's a very difficult process. Why? Because active transport is like going up the slide. Diffusion and osmosis, remember I mentioned this before, we are going to go down the slide. High to low, right? Active transport is from low to high. So when there's a movement from low to high, what happens? There need to be a external force that helps to push you up. Let's say Miss Pan so fat, I cannot climb up the slide. What happens? Then you guys must push my butt and push me up so that I can reach the top. Make sense? This is exactly what active transport is all about. Okay, Miss Pan, too big, cannot go up, you push me up. But if you ask Miss Pan to slide down the slide, I can. So diffusion osmosis don't need an external force. There's no need for you to push me down the slide. No need. Thank you. Okay? But if I go up the slide, I need an external force to help me. So where do they get this external force? It's by transpiration. You know what's transpiration, guys? You know what's transpiration? You learned this in primary school, right? Do you? You know what's perspiration? What's perspiration? Where humans sweat lah, right? So when plants sweat, open inverted, close inverted, it's called transpiration. So it's the process whereby plants loses water to its surrounding. So when it loses water, what happens? It's like a straw, you suck, water comes out. And because you suck, water comes out, what happens? It creates a force upwards. Whatever that's inside the liquid also gets sucked out, like your pearl, your coconut jelly and whatsoever, all get sucked out. So how does mineral salts get in even though it's of a lower concentration? It will get in by transpiration pool through active transport. This is again FYI, not important. I'm just making the whole thing sound so interesting so that you can take bio in the future, okay? Don't take physics. So that I got a smaller class. Okay? No lah, if you like physics, you should take physics. Okay? Yeah, electricity, light, forces, speed time, X-ray, all this, radioactivity, atomic bomb, huh? It's fun ah. If you like math, you like graph, take physics. If you like things that can be seen, like for example, like this, you watch, see what is this? Physics lah, gravitational pull what? See, if you like this kind of thing, then take physics. Bio is like this lah. I cannot do much demonstration. I cannot bring like a huge roots to the class and cut open and xylem. Very difficult. Okay, but physics I can. Okay, so this is a summary. Let's finish this. Is this my last part already? Oh, yay. Good job. Okay, yes, we are at the last part. I'm so happy. Okay, so first of all, what happens? Water enter the root hair via osmosis. You realize there's a lot of different processes. Water, osmosis. Mineral salts, diffusion. That's it. We don't talk about active transport, guys. So water move from cell to cell, cell to cell, cell to cell, from higher water potential to lower water potential in the different cells. Again, via osmosis. So you must explain now. Initially, where is the higher WP is in the soil. Then enter the lower WP, which is in the root hair. Then later on, what happens? Over here, cell to cell is higher, lower, higher, lower, higher, lower, like that. Okay? So now this one becomes higher WP. It will move into the neighboring cell, which is lower WP. Okay, then after that, later on, this one becomes higher because it takes in all the water already, right? Then the neighboring one becomes lower. You see what I mean now? Okay, let's say I got not enough water, I get a rock from you. Now I become water rich. Then I give to other people. Okay, then after that, later give to other people. Now she has more, she give to other people, like passing the parcel like that. Okay, so I use color coding. So purple and purple, they are one match. Then blue and blue, they are one match. Green and green, they are one match, so on and so forth. Okay? Then finally, when you reach the xylem, what happens? You go up the xylem. Okay, so no more osmosis now. Okay? Oh, sorry, there's still osmosis, I beg your pardon. Okay? This osmosis occurs at the last part over here. This is the part. Here. That means I still have to get into the xylem because xylem is considered a cell as well. Okay, so it enters here. So this part over here is osmosis. Cell to cell is also osmosis. Soil to root hair cell is also osmosis. We are talking about water. Okay, then later on moving up. Okay, xylem from the roots to all parts of the plant. This is just movement. Okay, just move only. Just move. Okay. Then later on, what happens? Along into the leaf. So same thing. When you reach the end point, what happens? You met up with some other cells. So again, osmosis takes place here because all these are cells. Okay, all these are cells. So it moves to the cells via osmosis again. Then again. When is water used? What is this various chemical process all about? What is this chemical process all about? Such as what? Photosynthesis. Okay, photosynthesis needs water, okay? Lose to the environment, we call it transpiration. Transpiration. This process is called transpiration, okay? Just like sweating, okay? But plant don't sweat, so yeah. Do you get what I mean? Can? Okay, next page is your assignment, okay? Can we, do I still have time no more, right? So sad.
We have 5 minutes.
Right, as good as nothing, okay? Okay, this is your homework. Do I see you tomorrow? Yes, I do. Last period. Okay, let's do page 16 and 17, okay? Should be quite manageable, but if you think you can push yourself a little bit more, you finish up everything else. Because after 16, 17 is the main 2 pages that I asked you to do, but if you think you have enough time, let's do 18 for me as well, okay? Because 18, last question is the one that I talked about, the removing of the fluor, what happened to the blood. Really? Good. Okay, that's all for